so I'm gonna go over a few points that I feel are important as to why you may consider buying the Reebok CrossFit Lite TR. Not only because it's probably the longest shoe name I've ever heard of, but because of these reasons. I've already had a pair and I've had them for about a year now. The toe cap is pretty busted, which is why my wife bought me a brand new pair. The unboxing. These shoes fit my feet so well. They've got a super wide toe box. It's really easy to spread and grab and twist the floor as you feel necessary in order to make your lift. The shoe itself is not wide the entire way. It gets a little bit more narrow, a lot more narrow midfoot, and then when you get down to the heel, there's a super great heel cup right inside the shoe. The sole is super thin. You feel like you don't really have much of a shoe on at all. I think it's only a 3mm drop, which is not a lot. Once you lace these things up with this little lacing mechanism, I really think it's better than the circle, especially when you're using flat laces like this. Because like I said earlier, I've had these shoes for a long time. I've noticed once I lace these things up, they don't get loose again. Breathability. I never noticed my feet being super hot. I bought these shoes for squat, bench press, and deadlift. And if I'm worried about my feet sweating and my feet being like ridiculously hot, I'm probably not concentrating on my lifts. This shoe is super durable. I've taken this shoe out of the country for a few months and it held up to a lot of stuff. I didn't use it like to walk around with daily or anything, but I did use it on the little trek to the gym. I will say that the only things that I've noticed were, like I pointed out earlier, the shoe crop. There's like a what do they call it, a flange that's supposed to be here, and I eventually wore it out, but not as bad as this one right here. I mean, that's normal though. Like, I've had these shoes for months. As far as like the ankle support, I wouldn't say like, yo, you can use these if you have a broken ankle and it's gonna make your ankles feel super awesome. But I will say that just that feeling of having something around your ankles is probably like, it probably mentally contributes to a lot of confidence, and it keeps your ankles warm too because you have something around your ankles. When I first bought my first pair of shoes, they were like 70 something bucks, maybe even 80 something dollars. Since my wife bought these, they've only been, I don't know, I hope she only paid like 40 something bucks for it, because every time I looked around on the internet, they've had the slash mark through the 70s and 80s, and then they've been only charging like $44 or like $45 for the pair of shoes. Yo, if you were to buy a pair of Chucks or these, I would definitely go with over a pair of Chucks. The only reason I would get a pair of Chucks over these shoes would be because the Chucks used to be cheaper, but now that they're all about the same price, if you're just talking about lifting weights, there would be no reason not to get the Reebok CrossFit Lite TR, other than it's hard to remember the name. And then again, these shoes look so dope. You can walk around in a pair of jeans or some shorts and nobody's gonna be like, yo, that dude's got on some Olympic lifting shoes. That dude's got on some soccer shoes. Those are definitely football cleats. You're not only buying a lifting shoe, you're buying something that you can get away with. Like, yo, you gotta go to the store real quick after the gym. You're not looking crazy wearing some like wrestling shoes or something. But to the point that you guys probably really care about, especially if you're only here to see if you want to get the shoe because you're trying to lift in it, I would highly recommend getting this shoe. I've never felt so much grip on the floor. The combination of being able to strap these things up really tight, and then these little tiny dots, they're like suction cups. When you lay your feet down in combination with that wide toe box and just able to spread your toes out and spread the floor and torque, it doesn't get any better than that. Thanks for checking out this video. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, click the subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up if you like it. Hey, let me know too. You have these pair of shoes right now. What do you think of them? Do you think they're good? Do you think they're bad? I want to know. Leave a comment in the comment box. If you think this video is useful and you got a friend that could benefit from it, go ahead and share it. Check me out on Instagram and Snapchat at Float Like Rock. Live like you lift.